Good morning, family. You're here with David Andre Hines. Welcome back to another session of Rise and Grind, where we focus on personal and mental development and working on getting that life that you deserve. Yeah, you know you deserve that life. What you gonna do to get it? All right. In today's video, we're gonna be talking about development and some of the steps that we need to take in order to develop. All right. Be right back. I really appreciate you guys being here with me today. If you don't mind, slap that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and click that little bell notification on the side so you can be notified each time I drop this heat. All right, development. Now, the actual meaning is growing and becoming more mature, advanced, and elaborate. So, in order to develop, it has to start within. It's when you make the conscious decision to work on your skills, qualities, and traits, right? I once heard someone say, developing is when you find your strengths and work on those strengths so much that your weaknesses disappear. But it's very important that we understand that it starts with you. 20 years from now, you will be more upset with the things that you did not do opposed to the things that you did do. I guarantee it. And so you must be willing and ready to change. It's the only way you're going to grow. It's when you make the decision. You. Because we all know that growth today brings success tomorrow. And you can't expect to develop in a day, week, month, sometimes even years, because once you sow a seed, it's going to take time to develop. That's just like a tree. Once a tree gets planted, it's going to grow every day. Some days faster, which would be in the summertime, and some days are slower, which would be the wintertime. But every day it's doing what it's supposed to do in order to grow to the big, beautiful trees that we see today. Which means a bunch of tiny steps will lead to great distance. So you got to set some goals. That's going to start the GPS and route you to the destination you're trying to get to. Find you some mentors, look online, find some personal mentors, anyone that can give you information on how to better yourself and get you closer to living the life that you want to live, right? Speaking of mentors, I ran across this guy, Jamal King, and I love his philosophy on developing. He was explaining that there's five major areas that you must work on in order to develop. First being your faith. Second would be family. Third would be your fitness. Fourth would be finances. And the fifth one would be future. But on the flip side of that, your development is determined by the five people you spend most of your time with. Yeah, so if you got people in your life that's not on the development curve, that's not trying to get the best out of life, that just taking every day like it's for granted, you probably won't develop if you got those type of people in your circle. You have to have people in your life that's going to keep you on track, that's going to keep you accountable. It's just like when a ship is sailing, 1 degree turn will change the whole destination of the trip. So you got to have people in your life that's going to make sure that you stay on course, that you stay on path. Also, you must read. I don't care what it is you read. In the great words of Eric Thomas, he say, Information changes situations. So read, get as much information as you can. Uh, Books, newspapers, blogs, back of the shampoo bottle. I don't care what it is. Just get in the habit of reading and learning different words so you can build up your vocabulary and build up a new way of thinking. Because most of the time, if you're not already developing, you probably have a fixed mindset, which is a negative mindset. So you gotta get yourself around individuals and environments that's going to make you think outside the box. That's going to make you expand your mind. They say once a rubber band gets stretched out, it will never go back to its original size. And that's the same thing with your mind and your brain. Once you expand it and stretch that thing out, it will never go back to the size that it was. So we must continue to elevate ourselves, man, so we can, stretch ourselves beyond. Got these bugs here, I'm sorry. So we can stretch ourselves outside of what we already know. We got to unlearn these fixed things that we've been taught growing up and that our families been holding on for years and years and years. That's not working. That's not developing us. You know what I mean? And when you do start your developing journey, you must focus on the process. Don't get thrown off about worrying about the end goal. You focus on the process, the end goal is going to come regardless. But the process is where the meat and potatoes is. The process is where you get the most lessons. The process is when you have those ups and downs and you grow from it. The process is where it's at. The end goal is going to come regardless. The process. Focus on the process. And then you must trust yourself. You have to trust yourself. You must believe in yourself. Nobody else is going to believe you. Nobody else is going to believe in you. Yeah, you might got some individuals that say they with your 10 toes, but you can't dwell on that. You got to trust yourself. You got to believe in yourself. And then you got to have complete humility. You got to be out here, you got to be a kind individual. You got to be a generous person. Last but not least, you got to uh control your emotions. Facts over feelings. Get out your feelings, because anytime we operate in feelings, it never is a good end result. Get out your feelings. Get into facts. Understand what the facts are. But that's all I got for you guys, man. Like I say, man, develop by any means. We only got one life to live. Most people gonna throw it away, but some of us are gonna stick to the program and develop ourselves so we can have the greater things, so we can make the most out of our life.
In order to grow, you have to want to first. Help us spread the awareness of development by purchasing your very own Ensu gear. You could do so by scanning the QR code or going to the website below. Thanks.